And then yesterday we drove through here to Agra, the very, very long way around, because the freeway was closed because of some strikers burning a bus. Yeah, sounds just like at home, hey? Fun times. So there was a detour. Then the strikers decided to burn another bus on the detour. So there was a detour of the detour. So a 5-hour trip became a 7-hour trip. But the cool thing is that because we were going off the beaten track, we actually went through all these tiny little villages. I mean, literally down bumpy dirt roads and things where tourists never go. And it was actually very pretty. It was nice and rural. It was like properly rural. Because when you're on the main roads here, you really don't drive for more than 15 minutes without going through a town. There's just like so much human settlement, and yesterday it was nice to just drive for like sort of half an hour to stretch it out. Morning, boys and girls. Over here we have that big ball of gas in the sky, which means it's dawn. And over here we have the Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal at dawn. Awesome.
I took a million photographs of the Taj at dawn. Here are a few of them. It is absolutely spectacular, and we were very lucky to be there at full moon. So we had the sun rising on the one side of the Taj and the moon setting on the other side. It was really beautiful. I'll do it again.
Starting to light up a little bit more. But see the light starting to appear on the side of the dome, and this is, I just noticed this now, it's pretty cool. We've got sun and full moon, which I'm not sure you can see, but let's see if that helps. There we go. Full moon. Full moon. Rising sun. And the Taj actual Mahal. Not the worst way to spend a Wednesday morning. We're not in the actual Taj Mahal grounds. The entry gate is like just around the corner from our hotel. And this is actually a site across the river. It's just where you get the nicest pictures without having to deal with the crowds and things. So tomorrow we're going to actually go in there and see what's what. But it's hectic, eh? It is hectic. The people. You should have seen what this place looked like yesterday. It's just crowds and crowds and crowds and crowds and crowds. I think this is probably, I think the Indian government probably collects more revenue from here than they do from taxes. But anyway, here we is, and it's a must do. So tomorrow we're going in there. day we went through to the Red Fort in Agra, which, yes, was very forty palacey, just bloody huge. Oh, these things are bloody impressive, but I think we're pretty much fought it out now, because we've now done 4, and not that they're the same, but I mean you definitely get the idea. Look, they're well worth doing. I mean, you're never going to see anything like that in Africa. So, well, not anymore. They've all been destroyed. But yeah.
Sitting behind the shrubs of the garden is strictly prohibited. Don't make the garden dirty, use dustbin to throw the garbage. Running, playing and doing exercise in the garden are strictly prohibited. Plucking the fruits, flowers, leaves and spoiling plants of the garden is a punishable offence. Any indecent act in the garden is a punishable offence. I'm not quite sure which one would incur the most wrath. Plucking the fruits or being indecent.
भीगी भीगी सड़कों पे मैं तेरा इंतजार करूं, धीरे धीरे दिल की ज़मीं को तेरे ही नाम करूं, खुद को मैं यूं खो दूं के
We went into the Taj proper, and yeah, you know, it's all of those things that people say. It's just impressive in every single way. Both, the interesting thing is that it's impressive both in its sheer sort of size and grandeur, and it's also impressive just in the incredible amount of detail and craftsmanship that went into this thing. You know, for something so huge and sort of monolithic, the detail that they went to in the small little embellishments is crazy. Like all of the little, what look like paintings on the wall or sort of ceramics is actually little gemstones, which are placed in sort of corresponding cutout in the marble. So they create pictures using gemstones, and they actually manage to sort of blend one color into another somehow. I really don't know how they do it. It's very, very clever. And they're just like, I mean, like in the Taj Mahal, and even in these like forts in the palace areas, there'll be, I mean, there must be millions of little stones in all of the, you know, the patterns and designs that they have in these places. Yeah, the Taj Mahal is just, yeah, it's awesome. There's no other way of saying it. It is bloody awesome. You got to do it. It's worth the crowds. You got to get up bloody early, stand in a queue, stand in another queue, get frisked, get groped. Security is very tight. You're not allowed to take anything in. But yeah, geez, it's like, it's one of those things, eh? And then the following day, we did an interesting little tour. We did a bicycle tour past the Taj Mahal, down to the river, and onto a little boat, and went out onto the river and got some very nice pictures, which you may have seen by now, of the Taj Mahal from the river. Then back on the bicycles, through the countryside, little sort of small farms, which is quite interesting. Little wheat fields and rice fields and things, to a local village, and just lots of, for Kim it was great, getting a lot of very interesting shots of the Taj, which are not necessarily the postcard view, like, you know, from fields and from like little places in the villages and just interesting angles and light. It's actually a very, 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 very difficult thing to photograph because it's, at least in this time of year, it's very misty, especially early in the morning, the mist rising off the river. And then later in the day, you just get this sort of like high level thin cloud, but it comes and goes. And obviously when you've got something which is made of white marble, it just reflects the light. So the light level keeps changing. So it's very difficult to actually just get one setting and carry on taking pictures on it. But yeah, that little tour was really fun. And it was also nice just to get out of the crowds. Well, nice for me. Yeah, and then we just did there was like a little park with a nature walk that we did later that day, more pictures, and that was pretty nice.